mes amis, welcome to today's video all about how to recreate this smoky eye look. So it is a burnt orange smoky eye, great for the fall season, but not only, you could definitely wear it all year round. It's a beautiful color scheme so I myself have blue-green eyes depending on the day, but these colors go great with any eye color. Just as beautiful with brown eyes and a darker complexion as it is with a lighter complexion and blue eyes or green eyes. So I hope you enjoy. We are going to start off the look today with a bit of Beauty Elixir Eau de Beauté from Caudalie. So this is just a nice fresh spray, smells amazing, and it just kind of wakes you up. So this is something that you could put on before your makeup in the morning. It'll give your skin that extra glow and help keep your makeup luminous all day. Or in the middle of the afternoon, say, or early evening, you're getting a bit tired and you still have things to do, go ahead and put some of this spray on top of your makeup and just let it settle, and then your makeup will be glowing once again. I'm going to go ahead and use Parisian's Ginseng Infusion Moisturizer as my primer. This cream is amazing. It's super light, so it's going to hydrate my skin without being too rich or too creamy. And it smells amazing. So I'm just going to apply this everywhere on my face. You want your skin super hydrated so that the makeup looks that much better. Today I'm going to apply Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. It's super light, and yet there's a bit of a coverage that you can build up. So if you want something really natural, really translucent, you can, but if you need a bit more coverage, then you can just keep building the thin layers and get the coverage that you like. So I'm going to apply it using a round, fluffy brush, a bit short. It's great for blending, and it's great for buffing. So I'm applying the foundation in circular motions. So I'm really buffing it into the skin, really working it into the skin. So I feel like I want a bit more coverage on my cheek area and my forehead, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit more in those areas. In circular motions, because I want the coverage. And I want it to be blended and melted perfectly into my face, so there's no trace of texture. I want it naturally glowy and flawless. All right, there we go. Next step is concealer. So I'm going to apply Parisian's Touch Pen, which is a complexion sculptor and concealer. It's my favorite to use on myself personally. I use it every day. It's my favorite right now. So it's a little pen, and it's a little mousse, and so you click here, and you just apply it directly. So I'm applying it really at the inner corner because that's going to brighten up my eye area. And then I'm going to bring it up onto the cheekbone because I want to brighten the whole area and highlight. So this is going to give me a very natural highlight. A little bit on my nose, so on the high points of my face, the chin. I'm gonna put a little bit more around my cheek area. I could leave it like this. I think it looks great. But for today's look, I think I'll blend it. So I'm just gonna do it with my finger. So I'm using my ring finger because it's the softest of the 5 fingers. And tap, 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 tap. I don't want to pull away because I want to keep the coverage and the texture. I don't want to take everything off. And tap, tap, tap. I love this concealer because it is so light. It has the coverage that I need for my under eyes, which are a bit dark. It doesn't crease. And it's not heavy. It's so, so nice. And it's so easy to blend. It's so creamy. So my under eyes are concealed, my cheekbones are highlighted, my high points, the nose, the chin, that's not my chin, the forehead and the chin are highlighted. And I used it on my cheeks because my cheeks get really, really rosy really easily. And so I wanted a bit more coverage and highlight in this area. So that's what I did. Now I'm going to go ahead and powder a bit because I don't want to be full on shiny. I want more of a matte look today. I'm applying Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. This powder is so light. I just love it. So I'm using a small brush. This one's by Loud, it's L8. Just to kind of powder the areas that I want. So the under eye where I did the correction, the cheekbones where I highlighted, under the eyes, the forehead. So I'm not putting a lot of powder on my brush at a time. I don't want to overload. I don't want it too matte. I just don't want it super shiny. So now I have a powdered complexion that doesn't look caked on. Now I'm going to use Tarte Cosmetics Park Avenue Princess Amazon Clay. It's a waterproof bronzer and it's amazing. A little goes a long way. So I'm just going to kind of sculpt my cheekbones a bit. Give myself cheekbones. So you kind of suck in your cheeks and follow the hollow. I like to bring it up a bit. And I'm gonna put it a little bit everywhere just to kind of warm up my complexion so I don't look too pale. Now I'm going to add a bit of color to my complexion, a bit of blush, and so I'm going to be using Morphe. I'm going to be mixing the colors Sexy and It Girl. I wonder what that'll make me. So again, I'm taking a little bit of both, tapping off the excess, always tap it off, and just applying it to my cheeks. Little by little, we don't want to go too dark right away. I like to bring it all the way up to my hairline, kind of bring it up. So I'm going to go ahead and also kind of put it a little bit everywhere. Just to give myself a nice flushed look. Now I'm going to lightly fill in my eyebrows using Urban Decay Brow Box in Brown Sugar. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the two colors because I find that my natural color is a bit in between the light and the dark. Using a slanted brush, this one's by Morphe, it's a two-tone, so we have the brush on this side and the comb on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and first brush up and then lightly fill in my brows. So I'm doing little strokes. Little brush strokes, and then I brush. Brushing blends it all together. I don't want anything too drawn on. You guys see the difference? Eyebrow. I'm going to first apply my base color, which is the Paint Pot from MAC in Groundwork. So it's a very neutral brown, great to use as a base. As your primer, in a sense, it's a cream shadow, so any powder shadow that you put on top will stick and set and last all day and all night. So I'm just using my finger to apply it on my lid up to the crease. So not only will this neutral brown color help to keep my eye makeup on, it will also intensify whatever color I decide to put on top of it. So it's a great, super versatile. You could use it with any color. Or just by itself, again, for a natural everyday look, just as your base color. And it's a cream eyeshadow that slightly dries, and so it'll stay all day, it won't move. So I will be using the Morphe palette today for the Burnt Orange Smokey Eye that I will be applying. Just look at this palette. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to start off by mixing the colors Chestnut and Rich. So it's a dark brown and more of like a reddish brown, because I want that burnt fall seasonal color. So I'm going to go ahead and take a small brush. This one's by Loud and it's E6. So I'm just taking a little bit of both. And these eyeshadows are super pigmented, so I always take some off on my hand, just so that I don't get it everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and start by applying on the outside. So I'm going along my lash line, and bringing it up to the exterior of my crease. And again, you want to work with a little bit of shadow at a time, considering these are quite dark. It's better to build up the color gradually than just putting too much on at a time. So just kind of tapping, being gentle, just really posing the pigment onto my lids. Not going too crazy, kind of bringing it inside, but just really keeping it to the exterior of my eye and the crease. So you can kind of bring it in more as well. With not too much pigment on your brush, bring it in. And then with a fluffy brush, so this one is by Morphe, it's Y16, a big round fluffy brush. We just go back and forth on top and we blend. Blend, 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 blend. Always inwards, never outwards, inwards. So we blend, and then if you see that you need more, so I'm gonna add a bit more of the dark brown color, get a little bit more on my brush, and just really keep that to the very, very, very exterior of my eye, because that's what's going to give the color the intensity. And then blend, blend, blend. Blending is key. Again, inwards. You want to keep it on the eyelid. Then again, with the two colors mixed, I'm going to go ahead and go under my eye. So again, right on my lash line. And bringing it about halfway. Now with a smaller version of the big fluffy brush, this one is Loud E4, with nothing on it, I'm going to go ahead and go over underneath just to kind of blend it and kind of smoke it. Again, kind of to blur the lines. And bring it in. You can bring this shadow inwards, so it'll gradually just kind of get lighter. If you have the space on your eyes, like I do between my crease and my eyebrow, I have a bit of space. And so you can go ahead and bring this darker shadow that you have in the crease and you can smoke it, gradually have it fade up towards your eyebrows. You can have it up past the crease, but only if you have the space. So the act of blending your shadow or your liner, whatever it is that you have applied, it really helps to kind of blur the lines and also kind of fix the mistakes. So if whatever you did initially isn't perfect, or it's kind of like squiggly line, which happens, not a big deal, when you blend it, it kind of erases that. So when in doubt, blend. Now to give my smoky eye more of the burnt orange feel, right now it's more of a reddish brown, I'm going to go ahead and apply Brick. So I'm using the same small brush that I did to apply the darker shadows on the exterior of my eye, and I'm going to apply Brick in the crease. You can bring it halfway onto the lid and blend. I'm going to go ahead and using exactly the same brush, not too difficult, the same color Brick underneath my lashes, underneath my eye, halfway through. Just a little bit halfway underneath. And then blending with the Loud brush E4. And you just kind of move your brush back and forth so all the colors blend together. Now I want to give some glow, some texture to my lids. Right now it's completely matte and it's beautiful. You can definitely keep it this way, but I want to add some texture to it. So with a flat brush, this one is Makeup Forever 10S. I'm going to go ahead and take the color Brave. And it's a shimmery, it's kind of like a shimmery version of Brick, just slightly lighter. So I'm putting a little bit on my brush and tapping off the excess. And I'm going to apply it onto the bottom half of my lid and towards the center. And you can bring it up towards the crease as well. And blend. Again, just to blur the lines, to kind of melt everything together. With the same brush, using just the tip of the brush, I'm going to apply the shimmery color on the bottom of my eye, but just in the center. And with my smaller brush, I'm going to take the color Pure, which is more of a gold color, so lighter than all the rest, and just really get this inner corner of my eye. So here you have it. And if you kind of went over or a bit too low, or you see it's not even, you can go ahead and use a concealer. So the same concealer you used in the beginning of while you were doing your complexion, and just kind of apply some and blend it all in, and that'll kind of clean up any mess that you made. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of intensify my lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and use a black Kajal pencil. So I'm going to use Yves Saint Laurent YSL's Kajal pencil, and so the end is a bit too thick for what I want, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a smaller brush. So this is just a slanted small brush, and put it on my Kajal and get some on my brush, and just apply it on just really along my lash line on the exterior of my eye. So not all the way around, just the exterior. So just really along the lash line. And just kind of on the exterior, just kind of bringing it up slightly, just so I can bring my eyes up. And then doing the same on the bottom lashes. Again, just on the outside. If you want to intensify the smoky even more, feel free to put the black pencil on your waterline. That just intensifies it even more. So I want a really voluminous mascara effect. So I'm going to use L'Oreal Luminous Lash Paradise. All right, so there we have it. The final smoky look. Now all that's missing is the lips. So for the lips, I don't want anything too dark or too light, or too pale, mainly. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix a dark lipstick with a lighter color lip gloss. So I'm going to start by lining my lips with a nude, just a nude kind of brown lip liner. So this one is by Inglot. And it's nice because it's so big that I can do my whole lips very easily with it. So not only does it shape my lips, it also helps to keep my lipstick on longer. So the dark lipstick that I chose today is Diva by MAC, and it's a beautiful just burgundy color, but I don't want it as dark as this, so I'm just going to apply it very lightly. So I'm going to use a brush. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of a shine using a lip gloss pencil. So this one's by Kiko, and it's number 1, and it's just a really nude beige lip gloss in a stick, which is super convenient. And mixed with the burgundy, it makes a really beautiful dark pink nude, which I love. So here you go, the final look. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the products that I use or techniques that I use or the brushes that I use, feel free to leave me a comment or message me. Like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram, Makeup by Jolene, or on my website, joleneemery.com. Bisous, bisous.